the Patriots, they do not have an official offensive or defensive coordinator heading into their season. Is this a smokescreen? Is this a Bill Belichickian Jedi Knight mind trick? Is he mind effing everybody in the NFL and out here in the media, or is this a grade A dumpster fire in the making?
Man, Bill Belichick just thinks he's smarter than everybody. Like he just, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna work. I'm gonna do that, it's gonna work. He's trying something different. I don't believe it's gonna work. It's just, I don't. I would like to know what his train of thought is when he decides, okay, Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, I want y'all to work on offense. One of them will call plays, or maybe Belichick will. Who knows what's gonna go on? Like, this is the National Football League. These dudes spend hours upon hours upon hours being better coaches, trying to find game plans. Matt Patricia goes down to Detroit, does nothing. Joe Judge goes to New York, does nothing. I don't know what's going on. I don't believe it will be successful. I believe they will end up changing. But when you've won as many Super Bowls as Bill Belichick has, I guess you get a lot of leeway. You get a lot of rope to kind of experiment with things. I don't understand it, but maybe when the season starts, everybody will say, oh, okay, Bill knew he was a good coach. Bill knew he could call plays. Who knows? I don't see it going well, but you got to wait and see.
Hey, when I first heard about this, I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, damn, Bill Belichick wants to basically make himself the Jerry Jones of head coach. He wants to be the general manager, the owner.
Great take.
He wants to be that kind of coach. So
control freak.
Yeah. Without Tom Brady's no longer there, it's turned into a dictatorship up there in New England. But I will say
there's always been a dictatorship. That's why you got out of there.
Hey, when I heard about it, two things came to mind, and I say this is the one reason why it won't work. There's no way during the week Bill Belichick can be in an offensive meeting and a defensive meeting at the same time. Somebody is going to have to be teaching and putting all this stuff up on the board on both sides of the football. So how is he going to run the offense and the defense at the same time when those meetings are going on offensively and defensively? Matt Patricia or somebody is going to have to be teaching the defense because he can't do it both. So that is the reason why I believe it won't work, because it's plain and simple. You have to have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator if you want to run an offense or defense. He can be the head coach, but he can't do both at the same time.
You know what's interesting about that, fellas, is and that observation, that critique, it's like an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator bring their established way of doing things, the offensive terminology, the style of play, the play calling, all those different things. Can a head coach do it? Yes, he could do it in theory. Most head coaches have been coordinators and even understand the side of the ball that they might not be an expert to. But is that the most feasible way? They say building championship culture and building winning culture is being able to get people that you can delegate to that have a high level of competency in their ability to execute what the strategy and the plan is for each team that has to do what they need to do. I think this is very problematic. I think it's very, very risky. But I just had this weird-ass feeling that if there's somebody that has a plan or an idea that says, look, just because I didn't make you the defensive coordinator doesn't mean you can't coordinate the defense. Just because I didn't name you the offensive coordinator doesn't mean I can't have you coordinate our offense, and that could possibly be what it is.
I think that's exactly what it is. He's going to have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator under another title.
If it's Joe Judge or Matt Patricia, then I don't get it. That's all I'm saying. If it's one of those two, I don't get it. They haven't been successful without
But he can
Belichick.
have an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and have the quarterback coach basically running the offense, is what I'm saying. And from a defensive standpoint, it could be the linebackers coach, but he just doesn't have the title of the defensive coordinator. There will be a coordinator, but they just don't
And
have
this
a
is the
name
thing.
for it.
Give him that title so he can get his credit if they do well, and if they don't do so well, let him take the heat. Like give him that
Oh, come
title.
on, man.
What's the
Hey,
secret? Why
now,
not?
now you know behind closed doors when it comes contract time for these coaches to move on, that is exactly going to be the title on the contract when that certain coach chooses to entertain positions other than New England. That offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator will be on their resume.